I am so excited to have Jenni and Ross here from Rise Martial Arts. And if you ever thought about learning how to recruit new students organically, you're going to want to watch this video because we're going to show you exactly what they did in this case study to enroll. Last time I checked, I think it was 66 new students. And your average tuition is about $175 a month. That means it's over $11,000 in monthly recurring tuition, okay, every single month. And that is enormous because only a couple of those were schools, some of those are daycares. You have so much ahead of you, which is amazing. And now you guys know how to go out and recruit new students instead of just waiting for them to show up. So if you ever thought about doing organic or you weren't sure, watch this case study to see how impactful it is for your school. So give us a little bit of background, you guys, about your school, the structure, if you're a family business. So Jenni, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about the background of the school.
Okay, so we are a family-run business. So I am generation one. Generation two, beside me, my son and my daughter. Generation two is also their spouses. And then generation three is the grandchildren who are coming up through the ranks and helping with the business. And we've been doing family-run business since what year? 2017. Yep. 2017, and it's been amazing. I love to say this. We each have our own strengths, and together we make the best team.
That's right.
Yeah, I totally agree. Whenever I get on a call with you guys, the fact that I have the matriarch, right? And then I have, your son and daughter plus their spouses, everyone's involved. It's very, very like family. So I freaking love that. So why is it exactly that you first got started with W Dojo?
We got initially up to date or got started with the program due to the summer months. And as schools were getting ready to close, right, like the elementary schools and how we were able to do that. And we had a rough time early on trying to even get into those. But summer months was just awful. And I got to say, it's like, man, you know that you lose students. Everybody goes through this little process, right? But getting new students was a challenge for us, and we needed a different avenue because what we were doing was clearly not working. And summer months financially were always, let's just say, for lack of a better term, stressful, and trying to keep up with that because new enrollments just weren't coming in. So we relied a lot on internal revenue to be able to make up. So whether it be by, I don't know, tournaments or sales, summer camps that we weren't doing all that much, I got to say, but we needed income generating that came in from the outside, and we needed the process, right? So that's initially what was the reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And what strategies exactly did we implement to be able to help you with that?
Well, I would definitely say having the confidence to step up there and do these daycares and these preschools and getting us into those facilities and recognizing that this is a community partnership and getting them to understand that this isn't just us coming out there and doing it. Like, this is actually something that we can do together, and we can continue to do this year over year, which is amazing. But getting into the daycares and doing the business to business marketing system right out of the gate. Wow, like you said, 66 new students. How crazy! That's been my best summer
ever.
I've been doing martial arts for over 30 years. Never had that. Never. Just so we're clear. Not in a summer.
Yeah. So how does that actually impact you as a team or as a family when you have a summer that should be a lull, but then you have the best summer ever by far? How does that actually impact you guys?
Yeah, well, like I said, it relieves the stress when you see that your billing is between our locations. Our billing is taking care of almost all the expenses. I mean, it doesn't get much more comfortable than that. knowing that everything that happens afterwards is just awesome. Like, right. It's just profit at that point in time, and doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. Because we can continue to do the internal revenue streams. Right. And so, but having that where your monthly billing goes up enough to where you're sitting there going like, okay, what else can we do? Like, we're good.
Yeah, that's great. And Jenni, how does that feel for you when like it's a family business and you have obviously all the kids involved, and now it's like, okay, we have a strategy we can use not just once, but every single year to recruit new students and take the steering wheel on it, right? Instead of waiting for people to show up, you know how to go out and get them. How does it feel to see the team know how to do that and do it successfully over and over again?
Well, year after year, we had lower morale. And so this summer it was like, yes, we felt like we were on fire this year. And so morale around here was amazing. Like, let's do it. When can we do another one? Get in there, go out there, get out there and get us another school, go out there and get us another daycare. Come
Yeah.
on, let's go. And so that was the fire that we needed to get it. And why, I don't know why we couldn't come up with that, but we didn't. And so we're super glad we came into this program, so that it helped us tremendously in figuring out that, wow, this is the way it should have been, but now we know what to do. We know the scripts, we know all the helpful tools, we know all we need to get into to get into the schools.
That's great. And I'm so happy to see you guys be so successful from it. And I guess my question is like, where do you think you'd be if you didn't join the program?
Oh gosh, 66 less students, maybe. I mean, maybe 50 less students.
It's good. It's a fair assumption.
Yeah, we would not have had that success.
Especially through the method.
Right.
I mean,
especially.
That's not something that we would have done regardless without some level of guidance.
Right.
And for sure.
Yeah.
So I could easily say that, if we base it off of past experiences, that it would be everything that I said beforehand.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where this income for July is going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this income for August going to show up? Like, what's the spillover? Yeah. And go from there.
I'm not going to lie. There is some work involved. There's a lot of footwork involved with this. And
a lot of legwork.
A lot of legwork involved with this, but it's worth it. And when we first got started with it, and I thought, oh my goodness, how are we going to get all of this? And then you had set us such a great way to do this. You go here, you go here, you go here. And we went into places I would not have done. And you definitely had the confidence. You gave me confidence to get out there and know that I could do this. And so now this can keep generating year after year. So, that's one thing I'm glad that, I saw you on social media, and I'm thinking, hey, this guy might be really what we need. And so I brought it to the team, and you've been part of the Rise family for the past several months. So yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I love being able to talk to you guys. I know I say that every time we get on a call. Like, you guys are super fun to talk with because you're go-getters. And you're right, it is a lot of work, right? This is not the kind of thing where you go on Facebook, click a couple buttons, and people just magically show up, right? This requires work. This requires attention. It requires getting boots on the ground in the community. But the problem is, if you put boots on the ground in the community and you don't get the results you want, well, that's a recipe for burnout, right? You do school programs, no one enrolls. Like, that's when it sucks. But when you do the work and you do get the result, that's when you feel like you're on fire, right? That's when it's worth it.
Yes.
So what would you say to someone who's maybe on the fence about joining the program or setting up a discovery call with me? Like, what would you say to them?
Well, if you're looking for, I would almost say, maybe we're also a little bit spoiled, but I would say that if you're looking for quick results, something that it can happen almost immediately. If that's where you're stuck at, like maybe you are a gym or a school that's sitting at less than 100 students right now, and you just can't seem to get past over that hump. You have a goal, and like you can't figure out what that is. And you've listened to all of the hype behind the engines of marketing online, and you can't realize like us, we had a hard time with that. And like, this was something that was in our wheelhouse. Like, you're used to talking to people. This is perfect for us. It's really difficult to talk to a computer. And so going from that line, like, this is what we do. We learn to communicate, and we find out like that's infinitely easier because we do it on a day-to-day basis. And so you're just not sure what to say once you go in. Well, this program is what is going to give you that. If you're just got that uncertainty, she spoke a lot about confidence. I absolutely would agree with that. Like, having the confidence to walk up to an administrator and tell them like this, introduce yourself, and this is what we do, and we could be a partner in this. Like, it's not that hard once you get past that first initial fear.
The first one is the worst one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. The scariest.
Yeah.
But I would also say it spilled over to my staff.
It did.
They're teaching better classes. They're able to introduce the life skill in the class, throughout the class, without being preachy, and like that, it improved their instructor skills just as much. So it did spill over to our day-to-day service.
That's beautiful. And I'm so happy that it can really build the momentum of the team, because when the school's not doing well, everyone in the team kind of feel it. It's like a certain energy, right?
Sure.
When the school's kind of slided. But then the same thing is on the opposite of that. Like, you can also snowball when things are going great, and it changes the energy, makes classes better. Everything feels better, right?
Yes.
And for you guys, you're at 66 new students, which is great. I mean, cool. Yeah, make more money. Awesome. But like, when you walk into work every day excited and it feels good and you know how to get people, like, that is almost sometimes like feels like it's worth more, right?
Absolutely.
So thank you guys so much. I'm really excited as we continue, because we still have a lot of work ahead of us. I know we still have a lot of public and private schools that we're working on, which have much bigger numbers, 10 times the amount of numbers in daycares and preschools. So I feel like we're on the brink of, once we get a couple of these, we're gonna have to start a waiting list from school, which is the greatest thing in the possible world we can ever do. And it's the best position to be in. So thank you guys so much for being on here. I appreciate it.
You're
Absolutely.
welcome.
Thank you.